Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and welcome. Alright, so just kind of working on a few things here and there. I've got to fix some replications on the temporary targets. Yes, I don't need you blinking. Thank you. Have a nice day. Um, so, stream party. Did a little bit of work, not a whole lot. Still got the vendor. Need to make it to where you can walk away from the dude whenever you're done there, or if you just want to walk away, it'll close the other vendor out. Um, Going to the arena, a few things I got to fix here. Of course, got some new buildings. Just want to add a few bots in here just to test things out. And no hit reactions, nothing special yet. They do have a death animation. And poof, go away. Since this is the infected mode arena, the darts are a little bit on the slow side, so you really got to pay attention. Got to fix that weird shit movement stuff. So yeah, they don't affect the score in any way. They were just something to practice shooting. Because trying to hit a moving target, it's a little bit difficult with these slower moving darts. You don't see them as well. I might have to remake the dart so it's a little more visible. Yeah, the arena had some single story buildings just for something to play around with. One thing I do have to fix is when you go into the arena, you can do that. If you can do that, then you can do that. And then it's game over. So, something to fix. There's a couple ways of doing that. I will set up some loot so that whenever you're in your player, you'll actually be able to have a spawn point auto reset. Another thing I was thinking about doing was for people who decide that they want to keep the default dance. Let's actually go back to the main menu. And we'll run this in standalone so we can see what it looks like. Still hurting a little bit. Pain meds are helping. Nice pretty little splash screen. I'll change it to something a little bit nicer later on. Alright, so in your character setup, your default dance is set up inside the game. But what if you want to change it here, perhaps? I might make it in there. But what I'm thinking about doing is once you change it in the phone, it'll commit that to your save game. So the next time you load in and you want to do your dance, you're going to do your default dance instead of whatever the default normally is, which is the stripper dance. So changing that, it always defaults back to that no matter what, because that's the way that the list works in there. But if I select this and then hit, I might actually probably just make a new button here, and that way you can do save default or save as default or whatever. I don't know, just something to think about. Need some ideas for the other buttons here, of what you can actually do. And we'll come up with some other emotes besides the dance. Maybe hit the E key and it'll do another regular emote like wave or something of that nature. Not a whole lot's been done. Some random bots in here to do their dancing thing. can individually set up what dance they do whenever you put them in. Also with the arena characters, once you place them in, you can see they show up as white. So put a freshman in here, and whenever you set them in here, I've set it up to where you normally have your default mesh there, but I've set it up in here as well. Peripheral vision, you can change their cone. You can say whether or not they're going to be, if you don't want them to go anywhere, turn off wander. If they do wander, you can set how long that they stop whenever they're no longer, whenever they get to their destination, or if they fail. And we'll turn off chase player, and turn off can be damaged, and turn them into blue. So they're going to be the blue mesh. They can't walk around, they can't be damaged. They really can't do anything but just stand there. So now if I go into the arena, there should be a blue character, and he should not be able to do anything. So the red guy right here is not set to wander, but he is set to chase player. So this guy just stands here and does nothing. Don't know why they get launched like that. I will set up an attack later on for them. Got to get everything smoothed out and replicated correctly. They will chase, and everything is normal, but just got to confirm that the death is replicating. So whenever they do their death animation, I may have to actually run it in the animation blueprint. It may fix the issue. But having control, so when you're putting a generic NPC down, you can have some control over what they are whenever you first put them down. I might actually make a class system in here so that whenever you do put them down, you can say, okay, he's a cop, or he's a vendor, or, vendors typically are going to be yellow for testing purposes. That's red, green, red, blue. Let's turn him to a different color. Let's make him black. So that way, when you're setting up your character, you just go ahead and put the settings in for what they are. Like this guy is your hat vendor. You could tell him, okay, he's a vendor, or he's a hat vendor, or he's a mesh vendor, or whatever. Currently, right now, there is no way of generating more income. So whatever money you got, other than the one sample coin that I put down, you've got no other way of making money. So want to look at making the AI drop loot. See, I didn't put anything in here for AI-wise. I'm not an AI programmer, and it's a very simplistic way of setting it up. And was thinking about, since free for the month this month is, if you go into the marketplace, come on, load up. Yes, with this project here, the stream party, fucking AT&T. Garbage internet. All right. Anyway, so quit looking at the ooh shinies. Free for the month. You've got this one is actually pretty cool. I haven't figured out how to use it correctly yet, but it looks cool. But since you have an open world AI spawn system, that I've been looking at. However, it is not replicated. Damn, that looks good. So since it's not replicating correctly, I've started trying to get it to work with replication. However, it's not 100% yet. I've got to correctly replicate the um, I'm going to go ahead and just save everything I got here. Project that I put him into. The character replication for the movement is working. The aim space is a little glitchy, but it is working. The shooting is working. Things like that. Let's go to map, demo map. Let's launch single player, new pie. So, yeah, you got your aim space working okay for shoulder, and for hip, it's not. It just kind of moves around. But for the shoulder, it does. I don't think you're really supposed to shoot the green guys. I think you're supposed to be fighting. So it does have sprint. I mean, it looks good overall. There's no reload animation set up in here. There's no magazine capacity. I'm sure we got the mesh from, but it's not a bad looking mesh for the rifle. Ooh. You do have health, and I guess if I can quit shooting them and see the health bar there. That's my health bar, by the way. Yeah, they killed me anyway. So, whenever you die, you start back at the beginning again. It just restarts the whole friggin' map all over again. But the replication not working correctly is the issue that I'm working on for this one. Again, it's not bad. I think once it's replicated properly, it'd probably be a little bit of fun to set up a game mode with this. Swap out the characters to the City Studios characters, put in the City Zombies pack, and I guess the City pack and City characters, and just set up a nice little kill zone in the city. Be kind of fun. The construction characters one that is free. Still, like I said, I'm still learning on this one right here, and I like it. It's just I haven't figured out how to really truly work with it yet. Come on. And it's an add to project thing, so I added it to my solo multiplayer Steam template. So I'm going to try to set it up as some kind of multiplayer replicated whatever. So you click on play, hit generate unit, and you see you get a starter unit here. You can click on generate, and it'll randomly generate a new character. So we'll add a walker. Add that for me. We've got a roller. That's good. One of those. Sure, why not one of those? And yeah. So let's go ahead and add. It's two. A tower seems to be pretty much invincible. So when you hit play, you select a unit by clicking on it, and you can tell it to move somewhere by right-clicking. Of course, you can control the enemy characters as well. When they get close enough, they'll automatically start firing. Yeah, the tower is pretty much God mode. So it's got a lot of potential to it, and looks pretty cool. And like I said, I just haven't figured it out yet. You're dead. Why won't you move? So yeah, the tower doesn't seem to want to die. So why won't you move? But yeah, like I said, it looks pretty cool. I'll spend some more time with it, see if I can figure it out a little bit more. Not about looking at materials on here, but I like those walkers. And there's different types of weapons they get. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could select more than one. It'd be nice if the AI move on their own. Ooh, here. No visible health bar either. You don't know how much health you got, so... I know. I lose. So it'd be interesting to play with, you know? I mean, it's one of those things where... I'm pretty sure it's not going to work with multiplayer. What happens when we do that? Alright, I'm going to move the server off of here. Generate player. Alright, so there's no camera for the other player. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it really didn't like that. So apparently it's not going to be replicated. But who knows? Still something to play with. Like I said, if I get time and feel like actually playing around with it, then I'll actually do it. Maybe change the interface around. I thought I could just create a new map and just start, put in a spawner for control of this right here. But this here is actually part of the map itself. So you'll have to copy a lot of shit in. You probably just copy and paste, but there's going to be variables you're going to have to create and that kind of stuff. Let's see here. So if you look at blueprints and open level blueprint, you got all that goodness there. And you've got all these right here that you're going to have to recreate. Default tag array, select units. So this is an array, but I don't see anything in the elements for it. Ugly blueprints, a lot of spaghetti. So destroy old and start, generate new set, generate and spawn chassis, generate and spawn cockpit. So essentially what it's doing here is it's just doing a random integer that's not even plugged in. Interesting. Chassis counter is defaulted 0. That's an increment. So where is the random integer plug into? It's sitting there doing nothing. referring to the BP chassis data. Yeah, trying to recreate all of this into a new map is gonna be interesting. Camera control, I'm not a big fan of. Scroll in and out, and then right-clicking on the map. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the interface here. But what can you do? Give me a bunch of walkers. You got different turrets and you got different chassis, and by selecting generate new, it's just doing a random for the top and the bottom. Wouldn't mind having a different interface and actually making this into more of a kind of like a Command and Conquer style game, and being able to create your custom mechs and what have you. That's 7. We're at 10. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be 9. And 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some sacrificing going on here. With the icon underneath your player, how do you know which one's yours, which one's the enemy? Because it's the same color. Once you're dead on the battlefield, I mean, how do you get around them? Okay, so you're jumping all over the damn place. Interesting. So who's still left alive here? Pathfinding is getting screwed up by the corpses. So yeah, it's not perfect, but hey, right now it's free for the month. What you want for free? Get over there. So if you want to spend some time kind of hammering through the blueprints, and it's all blueprints, so if you want to spend time hammering through it, then you might could create something kind of cool out of it. Alright, so I'm going to keep this stream a little bit on the short side tonight. I did want to ask a few questions and get some responses in Discord, because I don't check the messages here. We've been trying to stay true to streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. at 9 p.m. A little late started tonight because I was trying to get some things taken care of, but um, gonna keep streaming on a regular basis. Um, but just kind of thinking about a different format of on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday streams, not doing any streaming scheduled on the weekend. Um, what I'm thinking about is doing YouTube primarily for how-to videos and going back to kind of the old format of releasing maybe one or two a week, like a Tuesday and Thursday video release of an actual recorded video. This is how you do something, whether it's picking up a weapon, or it's editing a BSP geometry, or it's adding a particle effect to something, or adding a animation notify, or whatever, whatever it might be. And picking a feature, doing a video, getting the feature done, and just doing a video, recording it, uploading it, and having maybe one or two videos a week of an actual pre-recorded, edited, with a nice little intro and an outro and what have you, but regular recorded video on strictly how to. This is how you do this specific task. And doing one, maybe two a week, but one for sure. We'll say if it's just going to be one, it'll just be a Wednesday upload, or might do a Tuesday and Thursday upload, or what have you. And then reserve stream time for things like spitballing, where I open up a project, you guys ask a question, hey, how do you do this? And I just start pulling up blueprints and trying to make it work. So spitballing, I think, will be a good thing for a stream, and could do that on a weekend, like a Friday night or a Saturday or something of that nature. And I'll probably do it earlier in the day so that it's evening time for my EU people, and not super late for my Asian people. And it'll just be early for US and other. So doing an actual spitballing videos, maybe one or two a week of the spitball streams, where questions and answers, things like that, in a different time format of, instead of 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing it at either an earlier time or doing two streams. Like on a Saturday, do it so that it's earlier in the evening for the EU and Asia crowd, and then do another stream later in the evening for the American audience. I think that would probably be a better format. However, also I am thinking about doing those specifically on Twitch and do some more gaming, but looking at games in a different context. As for game-wise, on Steam and other, Astroneer is one I want to take a look at, and not just because it is kind of a fun game, but it is an Unreal Engine game. Conan Exiles, about a game, but it's an Unreal Engine game. Looking at the game, talking about how their features work and things of that nature. Wrong window. Come on, stupid. Hunter. We'll be doing some more Hunter videos. I am not going to be doing any Fart Night, so maybe some Subnautica Below Zero, Raft, Astroneer, Conan, Ark, Hitman. Might do some more 7 Days to Die. I've totally lost interest in the Arma series and Daisy and all that stuff. Breath Edge. Another one worth taking a look at just because it's got some fun little elements to it. Um, yeah, that was an indie game that I was looking at for somebody. Goat Simulator. I'm not a big fan of Gary's mod, but thinking about Gary's mod, there's some game modes and other things that are in there that might be fun to translate over into Unreal Engine 4 to a release game like Stream Party. Neverwinter. I have never played that, but somehow or another it's in my library. Postal 2. Yeah. Robocraft. A lot of appeal to that game, but just didn't play much of it. Scrap Mechanic, Spin Tires, Space Engineer. I think I played. It says total of 8 hours. I don't think I've played that much. Sniper Elite 4, great game. Shadow Warrior Classic, great game. But taking a look at other games and talking about how they do things and why they do things and that kind of stuff. As for tonight, we're going to cut it short. Right now we're at the 31-minute mark. Still dealing with some pain issues. And I will be available on Discord off and on throughout the evening. But I will let this to discuss with people about what they think be better time slots for different things and type of content that I should do, because I need to start focusing on my channel a little bit more, but I'm thinking about doing a lot more on Twitch. I have been thinking about it for a while, and it seems like it's easier for me to just kick off a stream on Twitch than it is for me to set up a stream and go through and do it on YouTube anymore. It used to be that I could set up a stream and get going in less than a minute. And now I've got to set up things on YouTube and then come back over here to Streamlabs and then, back and forth and back and forth. And I think right now Twitch is the easier method, and I want to look at the potential of, I want to make some money out of this. I could say, oh, well, I'm not doing this for the money. Well, I'm not doing it for the money. I do it because I enjoy doing this. But if I'm going to do it and I'm going to enjoy doing it, why not have the potential for making a little bit of money? YouTube has pretty much made it perfectly clear that they really don't give a shit about the people watching. So I'm looking to get off the YouTube format because of, the adpocalypse, whenever that came through. All those videos that got demonetized for all those people and all that lost revenue. And yeah, sure, it didn't hurt me that much, but whenever they decided, we're going to change the way that you become eligible for monetization. It's all because of the frickin' spam ass channels that go in there, steal other people's content, and just let it ride. Or these channels that pop up with this 8 hours of music. Really? And what they do is they get bots to go in there and watch, because now it's become part of this is view time. So to get people to be more engaged and watch more of my videos, less people are going to want to watch a stream after it's already done if it's just chit-chatting back and forth and there's not a whole lot of work being done. And the tutorial videos got more action whenever I was promoting them correctly, and people were actually watching them, getting the knowledge, and moving on. Unless people are actively watching the stream, it doesn't really help me much. And I need to get so many variables in tune now, because there's so many freaking scammers that have screwed over the system on YouTube to where now the little guy can't make any money. And there's no way that right now that I can make any money off of YouTube other than tips and donations. And honestly, that's the only money that I've actually made from YouTube, is from tips and donations. I have made nothing from YouTube because they keep changing things around, and whenever I was monetized, the adpocalypse thing kicked in, and all of my videos were not suitable for most advertisers. Well, no shit, Sherlock. if I can't monetize my videos and make any money off of it, you're not either. So monetization is turned off on my YouTube channel no matter what. So there shouldn't be any ads playing in my videos. If there are, then I apologize. So I'm going to call it. I'm going to hop on probably and do a few things here and there, but um, probably going to switch over to Twitch for the regular videos and more gaming videos. And so whenever I'm doing gaming videos, I'm perfectly happy talking about Unreal Engine 4 stuff. Just that I'm not going to stop playing the game and load up the editor and show something on there. However, if I'm doing a spitball video, then yeah, go right ahead. So I'm going to start scheduling some spitball videos. And again, if you don't know what I mean by the spitball videos, it's questions and answers. And I open up the editor, you ask a question, and say, how do you do this? Or what's the best way to do that? Or I'm trying to do this and I can't figure it out. And I open up a project in the editor and start trying to make it work, and we work through the issue together. And other people can learn by watching at the same time. So I'm going to start doing the spitball videos on Twitch. Gaming is going to be on Twitch. Yeah, the only thing that I'm going to keep on YouTube, I think, after this week, is going to be I'll start trying to do some new uploads because things change with Unreal Engine 4. Doing little things like AI or whatever, doing one feature, doing the video, knock it out, get to the point, 10, 15-minute video, and get it up online. That kind of stuff. I'm going to redo my Cindy Studios retargeting video for standard and animation starter pack, and Mixamo animations with the Cindy characters. So I'll have a couple different videos on retargeting with them. I'm going to be trying to get some more of the try before you buy videos or playable projects up on itch.io. However, I'm probably going to do a couple different formats, either a single player only and do a full packaging build and an actual shipping build versus a packaging, development build for the multiplayer. The multiplayer requires me to actually do it in a development build because I'm using a developer app ID. I'm not going to pay $100 to put a try before you buy video for somebody else's asset pack on Steam. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not paying $100 and not get paid for it. So I'm not going to spend my money to help somebody else make money. In other words, the try before you buy videos game demos that I did for Cindy Studios is because I like Cindy Studios assets. I like the company. I like the people. I can get behind them. So I didn't mind spending the time doing them. And if you guys are still interested in them, I will continue doing them and getting them up on itch.io. But yeah, y'all get with me on Discord. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take a break for a little bit, probably eat something, and then I'm probably gonna switch over to Twitch and stream a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. Love y'all, and see you.